We sitting here going to kangaroo court, paying taxes, paying to breathe, paying for fruits, paying for all this stuff that God gave us for free. Why are we living in such a miserable state? Where we letting someone else control the narrative and telling us what everything is valued?
You know, some people like anarchy over peace.
Right.
Peace times ain't too. It ain't good to. It ain't nice to look at. It ain't.
When you on demon time, you right. But when you on God's time, it's a difference. You see, because see, a lot of people be on demon time, you know, and Gumby is on demon time. He said he's going to hell. He said he's going to hell. He admitted to everybody that he knows his final destination. I have a problem with that type of person trying to be a leader in my community. I have a problem with a person that says he's going to hell and you want to lead my young men, you want to lead the young men in a direction. If you saying that you're going to hell, then who you leading and where you leading them to? I have a problem with that. And any who in a right mind got a problem with that. Because at the end of the day, we're the children of the Black Panthers. You know,
come on.
We are the children of the Black Panthers, and our responsibility is to rebuild, maintain, and protect and serve the community. That is the Crips' collective responsibility. Bloods, Gangster Disciples, and all these organizations. It is our job to protect our community. And if we cannot do that, we are failing at who we say we are.
Now, these are facts. For you, what does this situation look like as a resolution? Outside of Stop Gumby campaign, but as a resolution with this, because it seems to be a small thing that kind of festered and got out of control, it seems like.
You got these bloggers that did this. Everybody made money off of this. You know, it's a lot of profiteering.
Yeah, I seen the numbers go up with all this.
The profiteering went off the roof. Everybody done made some change off of this topic. But nobody pushed peace. Nobody.
Peace ain't profitable, I guess.
Right. That show you where the level of subliminal seduction is with the masses of as far as everybody, you know what I'm saying, being in triple stages of darkness, you know. Being in triple stages of darkness, you're never gonna want the truth. Because you know what the lie is? The lie is unseen because it don't exist. It's not even true, it's not real. And when you're in darkness, all you can reach for is lies. That's it. See, when you have the truth, you know what you do? You are the light then. See, people who are redeemed, they're looking for a light. They're looking for a light. But people who are the truth, they are the light. So a person that is a light cannot be blinded because he has a definite purpose. His purpose is to allow those who cannot see to see. So in my attempt, I'm trying to be the light to my homies that's in these gangs. Because the narrative is this. We've already made a bad mark in history. So when are we gonna change the narrative to where we start making good marks? We've already made X's, turn the community up, being destructive, you know, with the drive-by shootings and spinning back around and the drilling, you know. We've already made these principles and these, you know, this is called defective, this is called defective programming, defective generational programming. We've already pushed defective generational programming. We've already
turned them X's to checks.
Right. So now the solution is this, is that we have to push positive generational programming or corrective generational programming. The corrective generational programming is telling our brothers, our young ones, to go to school and to learn a trade and to go into business and get your credit together, you see, and be a man. Be a man to yourself, be a man to your family, and be a man in your community first. Mm-hmm. If you want to be a Crip or Blood or whatever, that is second. Being a man is first, you see. Yeah. And we're not teaching our young men as Crips to be men. We want them to be gangbangers. And now that's not what we're pushing here. That's not what we're pushing in Texas. That's why it's peace here. That's why you don't see Hoover in Texas with a slew of enemies. You don't see Hoover running around nowhere in Texas ducking and hiding or worried about they can't go to Houston or they can't go to Beaumont or they can't go to Port Arthur or they can't go to Paris or they can't go to Santa Clarita or wherever, you know what I'm saying? San Bernardino or wherever. Hoover can go anywhere in Texas and there's no enemies. There's no 6-0s or no neighborhoods or nobody looking to kill Hoover. Mm. That's the difference here. So when people look at us and call us failures, we laugh at them because we know that we call success.
Let me ask you, do you have any children?
Yes, sir. Do
you have any boys?
Yes, sir.
Do you teach them to Crip? Do you teach them to gangbang?
No. My first son, he's 33 years old. I beat him up when he said he was a Crip.
Oh, man. Thank you.
I punched him down.
Punch him down.
I punched him down. I told him he would not follow in my footsteps. Just because you've seen your daddy do this don't mean that's the example that I'm setting for you. So when he told me he was a Crip, that was the moment I put my hands on him.
Come on.
I never, ever hit my son in his face until that point because I wanted him to know that the decision he made to try to follow me down a path that led to nowhere was a bad decision. And I didn't want my son to be what I am. You see, I definitely don't want other people's sons to be this. I'm not on here promoting, hey, let's be Crips. But people make decisions, you know. Yeah. And sometimes these decisions don't be based off of family. It's be based off the lack of family, you know, because you got Crips that had nobody.
Yeah.
You know, and Crip was all they had. Yeah. When they went to the Crips, they didn't have a family. They didn't have a sister, a brother, a mama, a daddy. They didn't have nothing. All they had was the streets, and the streets led them to Crip. Mm-hmm. So when I say that I don't promote that, I'm not going to tell nobody not to be a Crip, but I'm not going to inspire nobody to be one either.
You know, a lot of people are on your mentality, so I have to ask because, you know, this started back in the 80s. And when like you said, those were looking for family. And, you know, we lost, you know, like the Tookie Williams and those founders.
Wow.
What do you feel it'll look like in 50 years in the free world, but also in the penitentiary system with the
from now
2075?
All right. Now.
Do the Crips, do the Bloods, do these factions still exist, or just so fractioned that it's just different letter gangs that are just in neighborhoods?
No. I've already did the first hardest part of it. I've started the revolution. Yeah. I've already started the revolution of thought for Crips to wake up, to realize that we're not going to continue to be a problem. We're going to be a part of the solution. So if you ask me where I see the Crips in 50 years, I see the Crips as being one of the organizations that was part of the grand architectural design of building our true freedom away from this oppression. I see the Crips doing that. I see the Bloods doing that. I see all gangs systemically and collectively being a part of the body that kicks off the real revolution. That guarantees us a freedom that cannot be taken from us and cannot be suspended by due process.
I would love to see them lock C's in the Senate. I ain't gonna lie, I'd be like, oh, they locking C's in the Senate, they're changing laws and making it right.
Right.
Right,
no, it's bigger than that.
It's bigger than that. I know, I'm just saying, I'm painting a crazy picture.
I tell you this on my mama. We need to build our own civilization.
Hey, Wakanda forever. Hey,
like,
we need to do something.
There's almost so many examples of where there are other worlds. There are, you go to Antarctica, there's something else. You go underwater, there's something else. You look in the tunnels and digging into the ground, into the earth, there's something else. So Black people need to be smart and say, okay, well, if they building all these civilizations, why have we not put our money together and build us our own civilization that exists where we can be free of oppression?
Because MLK taught us integration, not separation.
Now, MLK made a mistake.
Yeah, he did. I mean, Malcolm X was trying to tell us.
Yeah.
He was trying to tell us the truth.
Malcolm X told the truth. But see, look what they did to Martin Luther King. They shot him, and then he didn't die. And then the doctors came in there, spit on him, and smothered him, and made sure he died. Ooh. These was the same white people that he said that he wanted to be. neighbors with. They did this to him, you see. So we got to be careful about wanting to be friends with people who want to kill us. Time out. You know,
Preach.
We being friends with people who actually have made a serial killing effort toward eradicating us. And if that don't expel exodus to the highest degree, you know, who's going to be Moses? I don't know. But at this point, the black man needs an exodus from this oppression. You know, we sitting here going to kangaroo court, paying taxes, paying to breathe, paying for fruits, paying for all this stuff that God gave us for free. Why are we living in such a miserable state? Where we letting someone else control the narrative and telling us what everything is valued? Why have we not put a value on life ourselves? You see? And this is where we are as black people. We have not valued life ourselves. We have let other people tell us the value of life, and we have accepted it. So you say, where the Crips? Because believe it or not, I hate to say it, but when we push off, remember in the story, Pharaoh got mad at the last minute. He said, oh, y'all can leave, y'all can go. But guess what he did when they left?
Oh, yeah.
He sent his armies.
Go get him.
Get him. Yeah. So just imagine where we are going to be when we decide to walk away from this. Don't you know how many people are going to try to stop us? You know how many opposition or armies and everything that they're going to actually arise to stop us from walking out on this? They did it then. History repeats itself. Remember that. If the Bible is true, history repeats itself. Just as Pharaoh rose up at the last minute to destroy the children of Israel, just so they will rise up at the last minute to try to destroy us once we decide to walk away from the matrix, from this corporate construct, from this blue pill situation that they have been putting us in this whole entire time. When we wake up and take the red pill, which the red pill is Exodus. They didn't even look at the movie Matrix and see what happens when you take the red pill. When you take the red pill, you get out of the matrix.
You free yourself.
You free yourself.
Free your mind.
Get out.
Free your mind.
You get out. You free your mind. See, freeing your mind means to walk away from this. You cannot free your mind if you are in this. You're in the matrix. You have ate a lot of blue pills, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is where we at. We're sitting here, you know, we all high off the blues.
Come on, high off the blues.
We high off the blues. It's cool.
Hey.
And it's not.
Hey.
It's really not.
Hey, man.
At the end of the day, I know this gonna scare them, this gonna shake their spirits right here. What I'm saying, about, where we are headed as far as the melanated black man in this country. Now, we've given the government a chance to pack fair. We've given them, 200 and, how long has the government been in existence? The Declaration of Independence was what, in
1776.
Okay.
Something like that.
So you do the math on how long we've been, pushing with this government. Since 1776 to now, even worse than that, we were considered chattel property and being lynched and hung and raped and traded and sold and all this other stuff before that time. But after the Declaration of Independence, that's when the government started to function as a collective. So we've been basically fighting against the government since 1776. We've been going along with them, not fighting against them. Let me clean that up. We've been going along with this governmental arrangement since then. And what has it gotten us? Police shooting men that reach in their pocket and try to pull out their cell phone to record for their safety. Police blowing men down because they decide to take off running. Police shooting black men because they don't want to get out their car. Or when they get out their car, they trying to rough them up so you can't. And this is where you show you how cowardized the police are. Because all of these times that they've been shooting down these brothers or unaliving them is because they know that they're overpowered. You can't beat this person up. You were probably bullied in school, and it's a bullying system. It's like a reversal. Like most of the cops, and I'm being honest. And I'm not trying to pick on the police, but most of the police, they don't, let's drop another jewel on them. You know what police stands for? What's the root word of police?
Serve and protect. Oh, I don't know. Go ahead.
The root word of police is policy.
Oh, yeah.
So they push policy. The police are here to push policy, you see. And their policies are bigotry. The policies that they push upon Black people is racist. They push a policy, this is wrote up, you know. Yeah. They got the 13th and 14th Amendment. People need to really go check those amendments out and see what they really say, because that's actually supposed to be the Constitution for us.
Yeah, slavery was abolished, but we need that work.
Right.
We need that labor.
Yeah. So, you know, this is where they was with it. And the police system, you know, originally was slave catchers. The first police system was a slave catching system. And this is where we are right now with this irritated slave catching system, you know. You know, and then this is where I fault the government. Why are y'all letting the Klansmen be police? How can a Klansman be a police officer? How can a Klansman be a judge, a lawyer, a doctor? How can a Klansman even hold a position? What gives the Klansman a right? Like, this is a violation of the Klansman Act, you see. Yeah. By y'all allowing all these Klansmen to get these jobs and positions that y'all have put them in, even if y'all activated Posse Come a Cactus, y'all still in violation of the Klansman Act. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the Klansman Act was put in place to stop the Klansmen from holding positions. See, this is what everybody forget about the Klan. The Klan ain't never supposed to hold no position because there's a law prohibiting the Klan from being an influence of racism. So technically, the government has been ignoring the Klansman Act. They have been ignoring this. Right now, if the Black man was smart, he would get behind the Klansman Act of 1771 when it happened, you know, when they activated it, because the Klan was already infiltrating the system then. That's why Black people had went so far under, because the Klan had already had a plan to infiltrate the penal system, the justice system, the law enforcement system. This was a plan a long time ago that the government seen, but they never really executed the law accordingly. Mm. See, the Klan...
What's the difference between a Klan and a gangster?
The gangster is confused, and the Klan is someone who hates driven by purpose, who has hatred driven by purpose. Mm. A gang member is confused. Why I say confused? Because initially the gangs were supposed to have been put into the community to protect it. And now the gangs are in the community as a detriment. But the Klan, on the other hand, they're here to terrorize the community. And their objective is to minimize the community and to ostracize it as well. You see?
With extreme prejudice.
The gangsters is doing this too, though. I'm not trying to...
With extreme prejudice on both sides, yeah.
It's prejudice on both. It's problems on both sides. The Klan is coming to the community to terrorize it, and the gangsters in the community as a fool terrorizing it when he should be defending it from the Klan.